We do not have time for an intro. We do not have time for greetings, but I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. Howdy, everyone. Hope you all having a wonderful time, wonderful day. I hope you had a fantastic, Yeet 420 Easter last week, Exchange week. I did. I'll get into all of that later. We need to just go ahead and get this over with. There's a lot that went down. Okay, so as you can see here, John Cena is now the 17-time world champion. Jey Uso. Mr. Yeet Mania is now World Heavyweight Champion. And a moment of silence for the legendary Pope Francis because he passed away at the age of 88. I'm not even joking. He passed away, I think it was yesterday or hang on, let me look this up real quick because I overheard this when I was I was just chilling with my friends in VR, and well, friends and their friends, because there's like 90% of them that I had no idea who they were, but they were pretty chill. But at first, I was thinking, there's no way. Pope Francis dies at age 88. He died on April 21st, so he died today. So you all know the drill. And to those who also passed away, just give me a moment. This is what I like to do. And this is what we're going to do. Yes, I'm pretty much going to a lot of my... I'm time shifting like crazy. It happens. I'm just used to it. But anyway. Here we go. You know the drill. I need everyone to be respectful. And whoever passed away today for Easter, this is for you. I don't care what your religious views are. I still follow the rule of you do not and you will not disrespect the dead. That is just grounds for being automatically removed from my friends list and just being banned indefinitely. There's a lot of things I can tolerate, but anyone disrespecting the dead, you're just gone. That's just one thing you don't do. And I'm going to stay by that forever. I'm going to stay by that forever. Now, of course, if you do and you apologize at first, I'm just going to kind of just give you a wide eye and be like, okay, you're kind of walking on thin ice with me. You're kind of walking on thin ice with me, but, if you're just venting or whatever, that's fine. But as long as you apologize, I'll kind of let it, I'll be like, all right, but you need to watch yourself because I'm telling you, that bites you. Disrespecting the dead always bites you. But anyway, let me get my glasses. We're going to go ahead and read everything on this website, on the biography of the Holy Father Francis. This is honestly unreal that a lot of this happened, during my strange week. And so much has happened, from being told certain things, learning, a lot of, different concepts, dealing with the doctor, probably dealing with one of my busiest work weekends, having some fun times. It's just too much to just go over. A lot of people, they want to ask me, like, well, what was so strange about it? Whatever happened last week that was out of the norm, that's what made it strange. And I need my glasses. Now, I've known about Pope Francis since I was a baby. My mother talked about him, my father talked about him, my late grandparents talked about him, and it was always out of respect. He was a respectable individual, very honorable, just a loving person. And honestly, I feel like a lot of pastors should follow more in his footsteps because he's so open minded to just everything. He lets people choose, their path. He teaches, on the right pathways of God, but he pretty much said, hey, I'm teaching, but if you don't want to listen, that's on you. And I know that he's somewhere in heaven, just, probably said hi to a lot of people. And I'm telling you right now, he has done a lot of good. So it's unfortunate that he passed away at age 88, but, everyone gets to see 100, as you can see. And with everything going on, and all what that man probably has went through, I would say he's at peace. All right. So real quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and read this, and here we go. I'm gonna try to read this as quickly as I can because there's other topics I want to go over. And again, I'm on a strict time limit because I got a meeting at around 4:35. Not 4:35, but between 4 and 5. So time's kind of wasting for me. All right. The first pope of the Americas, Gorge Mario Bergoglio, hails from Argentina. The 76-year-old, just the Archbishop, well, now 88 years old, of Buenos Aires, is a prominent figure throughout the continent, yet remains a simple pastor who is deeply loved by his dioceses, throughout which he has traveled extensively on the underground and by bus during the 15 years of his episcopal ministry. My people are poor, and I am one of them, he has said more than once, explaining his decision to live in an apartment and cook his own supper. He has always advised his priests to show mercy and apostolic courage and to keep their doors open to everyone. Thank you. He gets it. The worst thing that could happen to the church, he has said on various occasions, is what D. Lubac calls spiritual worldliness, which means being self-centered. And when he speaks of social justice, he calls people, first of all, to pick up the Catechism, to rediscover the Ten Commandments and the Beatitudes. His project is simple. If you follow Christ, you understand that trampling upon a person's dignity is a serious sin. This man gets it. What a legend. Despite his reserved character, his official biography consists of only a few lines, at least until his appointment as Archbishop of Buenos Aires. He became a reference point because of the strong stance he took during the dramatic financial crisis that overwhelmed the country in 2001. He was born in Buenos Aires on December 17, 1936, the son of Italian immigrants. His father, Mario, was an accountant employed by the railways, and his mother, Regina Savori, was a committed wife dedicated to raising their 5 children. He graduated as a chemical technician and then chose the path of the priesthood, entering the diocesan seminary of Villa Devoto. On March 11, 1958, he entered the novitiate of the Society of Jesus. He completed his studies of the humanities in Chile and returned to Argentina in 1963 to graduate with a degree in philosophy from the Colegio de San Jose in San Miguel. From 1964 to 1965, he taught literature and psychology at Immaculate Conception College in Santa Fe. And in 1966, he taught the same subject at the Colegio del Salvador in Buenos Aires from 1967 to 1970. He studied theology and attained a degree from the College of San Jose, or Jose. On December 13th of 1969, he was ordained a priest by Archbishop Ramon Jose Castellano. He continued to stream between 1970 and 1971 at the University of Alcalá de Henares, Spain, and on April 22nd, 1973, made his final profession with the Jesuits. Back in Argentina, he was novice master at the Villa Barleri, San Miguel, professor at the Facility of Theology at San Miguel, consultor to the province of the Society of Jesus, and also rector of the Colegio axiom of the facility of philosophy and theology. July 31st, 1973, he was appointed provincial of the Jesuits in Argentina, an office he held for 6 years. He then resumed his work in the university sector, and from 1980 to 1986 served once again as rector of the Colegio de San Jose, as well as parish priest, again at San Miguel. In March 1986, he went to Germany to finish his doctoral thesis. His superiors then sent him to the Colegio del Salvador in Buenos Aires and next to the Jesuit church in the city of Córdoba as spiritual director and confessor. It was Cardinal Antonio my apologies. It was Cardinal Antonio Quaracino, Archbishop of Buenos Aires. I'm going to do this one more time. It was Cardinal Antonio Quaracino, Archbishop of Buenos Aires, who wanted him as a close collaborator. So, on May 20th, 1992, Pope John Paul II appointed him titular Bishop of Acua and Auxiliary of Buenos Aires. On May 27th, he received his episcopal ordination from the cardinal in the capital he chose as his episcopal motto, Miserando et elegendo, and on his coat of arms inserted is the symbol of the Society of Jesus. Oh my goodness, there's a spelling error! No! He gave his first interview as a bishop to a parish newsletter, Estrella de Belém. He was immediately appointed episcopal. I do apologize. I always struggle with saying this word. I don't know what it is. How to pronounce this? How to pronounce this word? Episcopal. Oh my goodness, I've been saying it wrong my entire life. Episcopal. It's Episcopal. Oh my goodness, it was Episcopal. I've been saying it wrong. My apologies. Episcopal Vicar of the Flores District, and on December 21st, 1993. Oh, that's when I was born. Well, not that exact date, but the year. It was also entrusted with the office of Vicar General of the Archdiocese. Thus, it came as no surprise when, on June 3rd, 1997, he was raised to the dignity of Coadjutor Archbishop of Buenos Aires. Not even 9 months had passed when, upon the death of Cardinal Quaracino, he succeeded him on February 28th, 1998, as Archbishop Primate of Argentina, an ordinary of Eastern Rite faithful in Argentina who have no ordinary of their own right. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Botches and all, let's continue. 3 years later, at the consistory of February 21st, 2001, John Paul II created him cardinal, assigning him the title of San Roberto Borromeo. He asked the faithful not to come to Rome to celebrate his creation as cardinal, but rather to donate to the poor what they would have spent on the journey. As Grand Chancellor of the Catholic University of Argentina, he is the author of the books Meditaciones para Religiosos, 1982, and Reflexiones sobre la Vida Apostólica, 1992, and Reflexiones de Empresanza, 1992. Reflexiones de Empresanza, 1992. In October 2001, he was appointed General Relator to the 10th Ordinary General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops on the Apostolical Ministry. This task was entrusted to him at the last minute to replace Cardinal Edward Michael Egan, Archbishop of New York, who was obliged to stay in his homeland because of the terrorist attacks on September 11. At the Synod, he placed particular emphasis on the prophetic mission of the bishop. His being a prophet of justice, his duty to preach ceaselessly the social doctrine of the church, and also to express an authentic judgment in matters of faith and morals. All the while, Cardinal Bergoglio was becoming even more popular in Latin America. Despite this, he never relaxed his sober approach or his strict lifestyle, which some have defined as almost aesthetic. In the spirit of poverty, he was declined to be appointed as president of Argentine Bishops' Conference in 2002, but 3 years later, he was elected, and then in 2008, reconfirmed for a further 3-year mandate. Meanwhile, April 2005, he took part in the conclave in which Pope Benedict, give me a sec, Pope Benedict, Pope Benedict, Pope Benedict, Pope Benedict, Pope Benedict, Pope Benedict, the 16th, thank you, because the X represents 10, V represents 5, and the one, I mean, obviously 16 was elected. As Archbishop of Buenos Aires, a diocese with more than 3 million inhabitants, he conceived a missionary project based on communion and evangelization. He had four main goals: open and brotherly communities, and inform laity, playing a lead role in evangelization, efforts addressed to every inhabitant of the city, and assistance to the poor and the sick. He aimed to re-evangelize Buenos Aires, taking into account those who lived there, its structure, and its history. He asked priests and lay people to work together. In September 2009, he launched a solitary campaign for the bicentenary of the independence of the country. 200 charitable agencies are to be set up by 2016, and on a continental scale, he expected much from the impact and the message of the Presidia conference in 2007, to the point of describing it as the Evangelii Dante of Latin America. To the beginning of recent Sede Vacant, he was a member of the Congregation for Divine Worship and Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments, the Congregation of the Clergy, the Congregation of the Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life, the Pontifical Council for the Family, and the Pontifical Commission for Latin America. He was elected Supreme Pontiff on March 13, 2013. My apologies for the blah, 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 blah. But listen, I'm human, I make mistakes, and obviously it's outdated because Pope Francis has been recognized by popular media. He's been recognized even by wrestlers. He's been recognized by sports stars. He's been recognized all over the world, recognized by even in anime. So he, in my book, is a legend. So rest in peace, Pope Francis, and I hope heaven is everything that you envisioned. Now, let's talk about WrestleMania. But before we can talk about WrestleMania 41, let's first talk about WrestleMania in general and just personally how it all started. So the whole purpose for this stream, besides of course paying respects to the dead and Pope Francis, is just to go over how and when WrestleMania just started. Oh, sorry, just kind of there we go. How and when WrestleMania just started to lose its charm. And we're not going to blame wrestlers, okay? We're not going to blame them because they already worked their glues maximus off. We're only going to focus on just wrestling in general. We're just going to focus on how it was booked, okay? I'm going to do my best to try to go do this quickly because there's 41 of these WrestleManias. And I have a lot to say about WrestleMania 41 Night 2. All right? Without further ado, we're just going to focus on the matches. That's it. If you want to watch a full-blown analysis, about matches that are ranked, go just type in WrestleMania's ranked. You'll find a few YouTubers. Shout out to them and their team. They put a lot of work into this. So let's do this. Alrighty. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the matches and we're going to see if these matches, right, and whoever won made sense. Now keep in mind, when it comes to anything that's before I was born, I'm going to be like, hey, Jeremy, I hope you had a wonderful Easter. So right now we're just going to look through these matches, and I'm just going to look for the one that just kind of was like, huh? So far, everything looks good. So they made sure that the first WrestleMania was good, and it represented well. The longest match, however, being David Luiz versus David Santamartino, and then a double disqualification. So this must have been like these two must have been rivals or something. But other than that, It seems to me that this was a great, fantastic, wonderful, and beautiful WrestleMania. So I have no complaints. So we're just gonna go ahead and just give this a good old A plus and move on to the next WrestleMania, which is WrestleMania 2. WrestleMania 2. All right. Let's just go over these matches. We're just gonna see personally which ones made sense. It would have been nice to just like a little video GIF that shows like what happened. Make this a little bit easy. That's good, Jeremy. Randy Savage, Drake, Mr. T, Andre Giant. One last by eliminating Bret Hart. So all of these were good. Okay, so this was another good WrestleMania. Okay, A plus. All right, nice, nice. I guarantee someone's gonna probably say, "Ooh, woo's boo, boo." And yeah, back then with this type of attendance, money. This was definitely money. So all right, WrestleMania 3. Of course, this is the one that everyone knows about, and this was during 1987. So let's see. We have Hulk Hogan defeated Andre the Giant, one of the biggest main events. Iron Sheik, Honky Tonk Man. So this was 12 matches, and from what I see here, it was booked pretty well. Ah, yes, the Roddy Piper match. Okay, so this was another good WrestleMania. So WrestleMania 3, nice, nice. Okay, can't see anything wrong with this. WrestleMania 4. But what have you noticed a difference with these WrestleMania so far? How it's like there's similar wrestlers here, and it's like building and telling a story. Like after the WrestleMania, they're just constantly building a story and building up characters, not quickly, but slowly. You have like the big star, you have the big stars, and you have the mid carders, and you have those that are jobbers, but even they pretty much get love. It was just balance at the time. So let's see. Okay, this looks good too. This is nice. Tournament final for the vacant WWF World Heavyweight Champion. Randy Savage defeated Ted DiBiase. All right, so this is nice. So far, this is looking good. Big old smile on my face. We get some stability, even though I wasn't born during this time, but this looks great. We got WrestleMania 5. Okay, let me see these matches here. Okay, Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage in a neutral corner. Okay, Rick Rude, Hart Foundation, Jake Roberts. I think some people probably will have an issue saying, "Oh no, Macho Man should have beat Hulk Hogan." But storyline wise, it makes sense that Hulk Hogan won, considering that he's just as big as Macho Man Randy Savage. So again, 5 great WrestleManias, and look at the attendance, just this beautiful attendance. It's just consistent. Now, of course, WrestleMania 3 had over 78,000, and you could tell around this time they kind of like started losing people. So, but again, this is claimed attendance, so it could have been bigger, it could have been smaller. WrestleMania 6. All right, we got, again, lots of great matches. I'm not sure which match people would find that's pretty much weird. The Hart Foundation squashed. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because the character, like, you got the Canadians, I guess, they're from Russia. So, okay, this is pretty much based on the storyline. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Hulk Hogan by pinfall in a 22-minute and 51-second match. Wow. Someone defeated Hulk Hogan. Okay. All right. Nice. And we got WrestleMania 7. Okay, we got WrestleMania 7. But anyone seeing a common theme here? You got a big star who's carrying a company. You got other big stars. You got mid-carders and you got jobbers. And they all just working in harmony. Now, let's just be real. I'm pretty sure that the wrestlers probably didn't like each other. Or they grew to like each other. But let's just focus on the matches, not all that. If you want to know about the controversy, how wrestlers felt about each other, especially some before they passed away, there's tons of YouTubers who had the chance to be able to interview these wrestlers and whatnot, which is awesome. So I'm just looking here. Ultimate Warrior defeated Randy Savage. Wow. Goodness gracious. Hulk Hogan defeated Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Now, when was this? This was in 1991. All right. So, WrestleMania 8, 1992. Okay. Tatanka defeated Rick Martel. Hulk Hogan defeated Sid Justice by disqualification. Now, I would just say just have Hulk Hogan win, honestly. No disqualifications. But I guess back then that was fine. So, all in all, these WrestleManias have been looking good. There's a common theme. The wrestlers, they're looking strong. They're looking great. You know, great personalities. I'm loving this. Then we got WrestleMania 9. This was during my time, baby. This is when I was born. And this is when Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart. And I will never forget that when I was a kid and I learned about this, how frustrated I was. I was like, no, I love Bret Hart. But storyline wise, it made sense. It was a brutal match. I do recall that. Hulk Hogan defeated, but here's the thing that's funny. So Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart, but Hulk Hogan defeated Yokozuna in 22 seconds. So this was a good move. But at the same time, I feel like what they should have done was have Yokozuna have the title, right? And then they should have had Hulk Hogan. They should have had Hulk Hogan, maybe beat him at another event. But I get it. This was during the time when Hulk Hogan was the big star. So to have him beat the big bad guy made sense. Doink the Clown got his WrestleMania win. Sweet. Razor Ramon. The Undertaker defeated Giant Gonzalez. Now, this is interesting. Let me go back. Because when was the Undertaker actually introduced? It seems to me the Undertaker was introduced. I'm going to go back here. I want to see if the Undertaker was actually introduced. No. Let me go back. WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania 2. No. WrestleMania 3. Because I just noticed his name just pop up. So was it WrestleMania? It seems to me the Undertaker was introduced in 19... Hang on. Undertaker was introduced in 19... Okay, I don't see him... Okay. Give me a sec. I gotta do just a little bit more research because I honestly forgot what you said. And I'm a huge Undertaker fan. Undertaker's first WrestleMania opponent. Jimmy Snuka at WrestleMania 7. So he was introduced in WrestleMania 7. Okay. And this is what started the Undertaker's undefeated streak. So, okay. So that was cool. I'm glad they had that gimmick going. So let's go to WrestleMania 10. All right. 1994. I was 1 year old. This is when I actually started to... Bret Hart defeat Yokozuna. I think when I was 1. I think Razor Ramon defeated Shawn Michaels. Earthquake. Okay, so this was a good WrestleMania. Look at all of this. Alundra Blaze defeated Liliana Kai. Wait. Okay. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Owen Hart defeated Bret Hart. Oh, yeah, because those two went at it. Bret Hart was double booked. That's awesome. Wow. And then we got WrestleMania 11, 1995. That's when I was between 2. Let's see, hang on. 3, 4. So I was around 2, 3 years old. And what do we got here? We got Bret Hart defeated Bob Buckland. Diesel defeated Shawn Michaels. Owen Hart, Yokozuna. This is where Yokozuna turned face. Defeated the Smoking Guns. Undertaker defeated King Kong Bundy. Razor Ramon with 1, 2, 3 Kid. X-Pac defeated Jeff Jarrett by disqualification. Again, they got to be careful how to utilize these disqualifications. The Allied Powers defeated the Blue Brothers. Ah, yes. 1996. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the WrestleMania I remember. Oh, yes. Between 3 and 4 years old. I remember seeing this. I think. With my brother. I'm not sure, but I remember hearing about it. 1996. So, yeah, I was like between 3 and 4 years old. Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart. The Hucksters versus Nacho Man. British Bulldog. Oh, yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Savio Vega by technical knockout. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Triple H. And The Undertaker defeated Diesel. Oh, yeah. Now this. Oh, my goodness. This was pretty nice. But do you see a common theme? The right people won during this time. Like, no one got, quote unquote, buried. It all felt organic, you know? You step into that ring and you're like, holy crap, this is awesome. WrestleMania 13, baby. Ah, yes, this is when I was, hang on, 93, 94, 95, 96, 96. I was 5 years old, so this is when I really started to get into wrestling, because I was like, ooh, this is cool. Undertaker defeated Psycho Sid. Bret Hart defeated Stone Cold Steve. I was like, oh yeah, I was so torn by this. I was like, what? I was like, Stone Cold, don't tap out, don't tap out. Wait, what? He didn't tap. Why did he lose? Oh man, Rocky Mania defeated the Sultan. And in case y'all don't know, Rocky Maivia is The Rock. So Billy Gunn defeated Flash Funk. And I'm telling you right now, this was a good WrestleMania. You hear me? And these WrestleManias just kept building up with stories, right? But look at these stars. You know what I mean? These big name stars. And this is when I started to get older and older and older. You know, like as a kid, LOD 2000, Hulk and Animal, Legion of Doom, won by last minute in the Midnight Express. Chaka Michinoku defeated Agulia. Triple H defeated Owen Hart. Mark Merrow and Sable defeated Artist, formerly known as Goldust, and Luna Vakin. The Rock defeated Ken Shamrock by DQ. Had The Rock been disqualified, he would have lost the title. Yup. Cactus Jack and Kane Soul Charlie. Undertaker defeated Kane. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Shawn Michaels. Oh, baby. What a WrestleMania, man. And the stars that were built. Now, you probably think to yourself, well, where was Hogan? Where was Hulk Hogan? Well, Hulk Hogan moved on. WC. Well, Hulk Hogan was just moved on. You know, he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of sit on the sidelines, you know, work on some movies and stuff. And you know what? WCW. Just amazing time, man. Jacqueline defeated Ivory, D'Lo Brown, Test won when Droz and the Godfather eliminated each other. Hardcore Holly defeated Billy Gunn. Look at this stipulation. The winner will be the special guest referee in the main event. See, all of this is interesting. Road Dogg defeated Goldust. Kane with China defeated Triple H. Sable, but notice, Stone Cold defeated The Rock. The corporation, like you see what I mean? Like the storylines, man. They felt organic. 1999. And then, of course, when I first attended kindergarten. Woo! Now, here we go. Now, this is something I definitely remember. WrestleMania 2000. And the attendance? 18,000. But you know what? It's all good. Big Boss Man and Bull Butcher and defeat the Godfather. Hardcore Holly won last by defeating Crash Holly. Edge and Christian defeat the Dudley Boys. Oh yes, the triangle ladder match. Oof. Terry Runnels, China Too Cool, Grandma Sexy and Sky Too Hottie defeated the Radicals. Chris Benoit defeated Chris Jericho. Pin and Kurt Angle second fall. Chris Jericho defeated Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. Kane and Rikishi, Paul Bearer defeated D-Generation X. Triple H defeated The Rock, Big Foley, and Big Show. 38 minutes. So this is when wrestling really started to kind of like change and start to go with the time, start to adapt with the times. So this is when those controversial endings really start to appear during the Attitude Era. So here we go. We got WrestleMania 17. I think we all know about this one. I'm going to look at this match real quick. Stone Cold defeated The Rock, Undertaker. But here's the thing. All of this made sense because of the storyline. So, okay, this makes sense. So far, I'm giving these like A minuses, some B pluses. But it's still good. Okay, WrestleMania 18, 2002. All right, we got The Rock. Hey, Hulk Hogan's back. You know, this is during the WCW storyline. This is when this is kind of like, okay, this is kind of getting a little wonky. But they made it work. Triple H defeated Chris Jericho. Jazz defeated Trish Stratus. The Rock defeated Hollywood Hulk Hogan. One of the best WrestleMania matches. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Scott Hall. These were all pretty good. These were dream matches, and they worked. Now, of course, some people may have some controversy, like, but the match that a lot of people remember is the Undertaker and Ric Flair no DQ match. This was a brutal match. You hear me? Undertaker beat the holy hellabits out of Ric Flair. This was a brutal WrestleMania. But guess what? 68,237. This was a big one. Then we got WrestleMania 19. Now this is the WrestleMania that I definitely remember actually like watching, because it's like, oh well, you know, Will gets getting older now, so you can watch WrestleMania. And this was considered a good one as well. Brock Lesnar defeated Kurt Angle. The Rock defeated Stone Cold. Hulk Hogan defeated Mr. McMahon. Triple H defeated Booker T. These were all banger matches. Matt Hardy defeated Rey Mysterio. Chief Morley, Lance Storm with Dudley Boys defeated Kane and Rob Van Dam. These were all good matches. And a lot of them remember them because they made it work. Then we got WrestleMania. Oh, God. Here we go. WrestleMania 20, baby. Now, this, I remember. John Cena defeated The Big Show. Made history. Rob Van Dam, Booker T defeated Garrison Cage, Mark Jindrak, the Dudley Boys, and La Resistance. Oh, I missed them. Christian defeated Chris Jericho. Evolution defeated Rock and Sock. Tori Wilson and Sable defeated Miss Jackie Stacy Keibler. Chavo Guerrero defeated Akio, Billy Kidman, Funkai, Jamie Noble, Nunzio, Rey Mysterio, Shannon Moore, Tajiri, and Ultimo Dragon. For the Cruiserweight Championship, Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar. Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but these two fought before. Yeah, these two fought before. Goldberg and Brock Lesnar did indeed fight before. So everyone's like, oh my goodness, the person. No, wrong. They actually fought before. Too Cool defeated the world's greatest tag team. Victoria defeated Molly Holly. Eddie Guerrero defeated Kurt Angle. Beautiful match. Undertaker defeated Kane. And Chris Benoit defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels by submission. And history was made. And of course, the WrestleMania, I'll never forget, the one that I got to actually watch on pay-per-view, WrestleMania 21. 2005 was an amazing year for me. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. But here we go. John Cena defeated JBL. Batista defeated Triple H. Kurt Angle defeated Shawn Michaels. Trish Stratus defeated Christy Hemme. Undertaker defeated Randy Orton. Edge defeated Chris Jericho. Shelton Benjamin. Chris Benoit. Christian with Tyson Tomko and Kane. Rey Mysterio defeated Eddie Guerrero. And Booker T won by last eliminating Chris Masters. This was a good WrestleMania. I loved every moment of this. It was just beautiful. You hear me? It was beautiful. And I loved it. The Undertaker Randy Orton feud was good. Oh, loved it. WrestleMania 22. This was another good WrestleMania. We got Viscera won by last eliminating Snitsky. Big Show and Kane defeated Carlito and Chris Masters, the Brothers of Destruction. Rob Van Dam defeated Bobby Lashley. So, again, I have no issues so far because these were good. Now, of course, a lot of people are probably like, oh, the John Cena's constantly winning matches. I will agree that when I was young, I was like, come on, really? He's beaten all of these big names? But we have to think about it like this. We don't have a star that matches the charisma of Hulk Hogan, except for John Cena. So, we have big stars, but none were big like Cena. Cena was just chosen. So, screw it. Cena, have a win. Rey Mysterio winning his first World Heavyweight Championship. One of my favorite matches. WrestleMania 23. Ah, yes. This was good. Oh, baby, this was amazing. Chris Benoit defeated MVP. The Great Khali defeated Kane. Mr. Kennedy, Money in the Bank winner. Ric Flair, Carlito defeated Gregory Helms and Chavo Guerrero. Gregory Helms was a force to be reckoned with. Undertaker defeated Batista. That was a good match. The ECW Originals defeated the New Breed. Bobby Lashley with Donald J. Trump defeated Umaga with Mr. McMahon. Melina defeated Ashley. And John Cena defeated Shawn Michaels. Now, this match was controversial. A lot of people were kind of iffy on this match. People were booing Cena and cheering for Shawn Michaels. There were, of course, some fans that, cheered for Cena. But I'm not going to lie. I wanted Cena to lose. I wanted Cena to lose, like Shawn Michaels just have that chance of WWE Gold one more time. So this was the match I will say that kind of made me like, this. I feel like this is what started it for me. Because I was like, okay, Cena, this is kind of getting out of control. But all in all, interesting. WrestleMania. Now this is when wrestling started to become a little strange for me. WrestleMania 24. Now, a lot of these WrestleManias I did not watch. I watched the highlights, and this is when I was in middle school and whatnot, and I was just kind of falling off wrestling, was just way too busy. But my cousins and my brothers always updated me on what was going on, and I still watch wrestling. But I said something to my brother that honestly hurted me when I said, he came to me, he said, it was around 2009, he said, bro, do you want me to get you the latest new wrestling game? I told him, I was like, no, thank you. And it hurted me to say that. It hurted me. He was shocked. He was like, what? He's like, but you're a huge. I am, but no, thank you. He couldn't believe that I said that. And let's just be real. The reason why is I noticed something was going on with wrestling that I did not like. I love these wrestlers. I love Cena, but I knew something was just off. Like, I liked the direction they were going with Cena, but I don't like seeing a certain wrestler get pushed too far. I would have said if it was RVD. I would have said if it was CM Punk. I would have said if it was Undertaker. You gotta give you gotta give certain people a chance, But anyway, here we go. We got the following matches. Undertaker defeated Edge. This was a good match. Floyd Money Mayweather defeated Big Show. This was an interesting match, but it worked regardless. Floyd Money Mayweather is undefeated IRL, even to this day. I think the one that was closest to beat him was, what was it? Jake Paul. I think he was the only boxer that was close to beating him to the point where the match ended in a tie. Beth Phoenix and Melina defeated Maria Ashley with Snoop Dogg. Shawn Michaels defeated Ric Flair. Career-threatening match. Really good match. Kane defeated Chavo Guerrero. Batista defeated Umaga. CM Punk defeated, CM Punk won Money in the Bank. JBL defeated Finlay. Kane won by last eliminating Mark Henry and to be number one contention for the ECW Championship. But one thing I can say is that during this time, even though WWE started to go PG, you could still tell that there was definitely interest. Like, people knew who they wanted. And look at these attendance numbers. Like, the numbers don't lie. Even during the PG era, look at these numbers. And this is just incredible to me. So then WrestleMania 25 comes. 25 years of WrestleMania. And let's see. Did I watch this one? I can't remember. Triple H defeated Randy Orton. That was good. John Cena defeated Big Show and Edge. Again, this is when John Cena was like a face, so this made sense. Undertaker defeated Shawn Michaels. I believe this was that one big match. So, yeah, this was heartbreaking because everyone's like, no, he didn't beat The Undertaker. Yeah, I know. Bret Hart defeated Jeff Hardy. That was a good match. Chris Jericho defeated Jimmy Snuka, Ricky Steamboat, and Roddy Piper. Wow. Oh, yeah, this is when Chris Jericho had like this big ego character, character. So this was a good move. Santino Marella won by last eliminating Beth Phoenix. Okay, this was funny, and I'll let it slide. I know a lot of people say, this was stupid. I'll let it slide. This was funny. CM Punk defeated Christian, Finley, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry. Wait a minute. So he won twice. Nice. And the Collins defeated John Morrison, The Miz. Okay, this was a pretty good WrestleMania as well. But do you understand what I mean by how during this time these winners made sense? Because it was part of a story. It's like, okay, we know who these people are. We know who these stars are. Even the new stars introduced someone properly. So it's like, okay, this is awesome. I want more of this. This is fantastic. Give me more. Feed me more. All that good stuff. So I'm like, okay. So give me a moment here. I gotta open up my instance in VR because I said, we're gonna do. All right, so let's continue. Because so far I can't find a match where I'm saying, okay, this was silly. Because storyline wise, I get it. This makes sense. At first, maybe when I was young, I was like, oh, this is silly, but I get it. I totally get it. All right. So we got Yoshitatsu won by last eliminating with Zack Ryder. This was cool. Yoshitatsu's awesome. Show Miz and Big Show defeat John Morrison and R-Truth. Again, based on story, that makes sense. Triple H defeated Sheamus. I know a lot of people are going to probably groan at this because they're like, oh, Sheamus should have got the W. So this I can kind of understand. Rey Mysterio defeated CM Punk. I get it. I feel like it would have been cool if Rey Mysterio lost, so he did join the Straight Edge Society just to see how it would have been, but I get it. Bret Hart defeated Mr. McMahon, thank goodness. Chris Jericho defeated Edge. Good match. Alicia Fox lay cool. Maurice, Vicky Guerrero defeated Beth Phoenix, E. Torres. Okay, now a lot of people frowned upon this match. And just looking at this, I can see, yeah, okay. John Cena defeated Batista by submission. Good rivalry, I will say. And the Undertaker defeated Shawn Michaels. Oh, no. This is the Street versus Career match. Because he lost against Undertaker in the other WrestleMania. But he's like, you know what? No. We're going to do this again. Since Michaels lost, he was forced to retire from in-ring competition. So, yeah. So, again, good WrestleMania. I think the silly part would have to be this. I think a lot of people could agree why, and Sheamus should have beat Triple H because Sheamus he was new blood at the time. He was big, so Sheamus should have won. I agree. Let's go to WrestleMania 27, and this is, in my opinion, one of the strangest WrestleManias ever, but it worked. Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan ended in a no contest. I know a lot of people did not like this. Great Khali won by last eliminating Sheamus. This is when Great Khali was a face. Why they turned Great Khali to a face, I don't know, but Edge defeated Alberto Del Rio. Thank goodness, because people could not stand Alberto Del Rio. He did a great job playing the heel. Cody Rhodes defeated Rey Mysterio. Interesting. Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Santino Marella defeated... okay, I get it. This is all part of the Nexus storyline, which, I'll be real, it was pretty cool. Randy Orton defeated CM Punk by pinfall. The New Nexus were banned from ringside. I get because CM Punk was part of the New Nexus. So CM Punk was a heel. Michael Cole with Jack Swagger defeated Jerry Lawler. I know a lot of people were like kind of iffy about this match. It was a kiss your foot match. I'm just going to go ahead and just say it was interesting. You know, Michael Cole got his WrestleMania moment, but a lot of people were just kind of confused by the referee. I feel like it should have been built upon better, but I didn't think it was too terrible. This is simply just Jerry Lawler passing the mantle to Michael Cole, and Michael Cole has now been proven to be a legend. I won't be surprised if he ends up in the Hall of Fame one day. The Undertaker defeated Triple H by submission. This was a darn good match. The Miz defeated John Cena. This was a good move. Because Cena has been winning. So to see John Cena lose is actually good. The fact that Miz was able to, have that big win. Yeah, Miz cheated, but Miz is a heel, so it makes sense. John Morrison and Nicole Snooki and Trish Stratus defeated Dolph Ziggler, Lay Cool, and what's up with this match? So I could get why people were kind of like, huh? So kind of some weird moments here, but it wasn't a bad WrestleMania. It was just kind of more on the side. And honestly, maybe John Cena could have beat Miz, but Miz beat John Cena was a good move. That was a good move. And this is when WrestleMania just started to kind of be a little iffy, where it's just like, what? What's going on, man? I'm confused. And honestly, if anyone ever said that to me, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm confused too. This is when WrestleMania, in my opinion, started to kind of lose its luster and be very confusing. Because even I didn't know what was going on. I was just sitting here just like, okay. Give me a sec here. So I promised I was going to open up an instance. Probably do some weird tech issues with it. Like I always do. I'm just going to see that. So, not then. It's fine. Okay, so this one was interesting. And it was done on April 1st. So, if anything didn't make any sense, then yeah. Let's go ahead and get started then. Primo Epico defeated Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd and the Usos. Pretty good. Pretty decent. Sheamus defeated Daniel Bryan. Oh, yeah. This was fun. I loved how this turned out. This was honestly pretty funny. Kane defeated Randy Orton. So this was interesting. Big Show defeated Cody Rhodes. Probably a doorway match, but I'm pretty sure they made it work. Kelly and Maria Menounos defeated Beth Phoenix and E. Torres. Why? But okay. Undertaker defeated Triple H. Now this match stole the show. This was the best match of the night. And this 12-man tag match, which was just a big giant mess, but it worked. It was during the Raw and SmackDown storyline, so it was a mess overall. CM Punk defeated Chris Jericho. This was a good match. And The Rock defeated John Cena. So these three were good matches. The rest of these were just kind of, But Sheamus defeated Daniel Bryan. So those four good matches, and the rest were just kind of iffy. Now, the John Cena match was kind of like, whoa. Because, The Rock did the best he could, at his age. And they both made the match work. So this was a pretty interesting WrestleMania. I won't say it was the best, but WrestleMania 28 was something. WrestleMania 29. So as you can tell, this is when WrestleMania just started kind of like, Undertaker still doing his thing. Undertaker defeated CM Punk. CM Punk was actually close to beating Undertaker, surprisingly. He was close. He was pretty close. But no dice. No dice. He still lost. Even I was like, I knew he wasn't going to win. But I knew he wasn't going to win. But, it would have been interesting if he won, though. It would have been interesting. But then it kind of wouldn't make any sense. And I don't think CM Punk would have liked that. The Miz defeated Wade Barrett. That's pretty cool. The Shield, of course, the Shield was amazing. Mark Henry defeated Ryback. This was a very sloppy match. I'm sorry. This match was bad. I'm sorry. This match was terrible. This match was not good. It started off okay, but oh God, it was not good. It was actually the worst match of WrestleMania. It was, no. This was bad. This was bird. This was bird, man. This was bird. This is really bird, man. I did not like this match. I'm glad Mark Henry won, but he won in the silliest way possible. And this is when WrestleMania started to feel goofy, and it didn't feel authentic anymore. And this is when people started to get frustrated. Fandango defeated Chris Jericho. Hey, Fandango had his moment. So, understandable. At least Chris Jericho put somebody over. Team Hell No defeated Big E, Langston, Dolph Ziggler. Understandable. Alberto Del Rio defeated Jack Swagger. This was a good match. The Undertaker, okay, I already said that. Triple H defeated Brock Lesnar. Good match. And I get it because Brock Lesnar did, go too far. And John Cena got his revenge. This is the part where people are like, huh? Now we go to WrestleMania 30. Now, if I remember correctly, WrestleMania 30 was pretty good. Let's check out the results. Usos defeated Los Mentores, the Real Americans, and Jack Swagger and Rybe Axel. It was good. Daniel Bryan defeated Triple H. And then Daniel Bryan defeated Batista Reno. Now, a lot of anti-smart said that this was not a good WrestleMania and Daniel Bryan should have been pushed. No. The way this was booked was perfect. And but it started the Smart era. No, it didn't. All it simply did was open up new opportunities for indie wrestlers. So this was a good WrestleMania. AJ Lee defeated, all these wonderful female wrestlers for the Divas Championship. John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt. Now, I know a lot of people probably were like, wait, what? But you got to understand, during this time, Bray Wyatt was a heel. So it makes sense. Cesaro, won the Iron the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Awesome. The Shield defeated Kane and the New Age Outlaws. So this was a good WrestleMania. But it had a primary focus. And it just worked. Okay? And of course, this is when the Ultimate Warrior gave out his final speech. So yeah. This was during 2014. I don't care what anybody says. Evolution pushing Daniel Bryan the way they did was a good move. Having Hulk Hogan there. I mean, this is honestly one of my favorite WrestleManias. Okay? And a lot of people were happy with it. I know others are like, oh, it was terrible. I hate this WrestleMania. Evolution should have beat Daniel Bryan. It wouldn't have made any sense, though. So, honestly, good on Daniel Bryan. This was awesome. This was a great way for him to be double booked. It would have been better if Bret Hart came and, gave him a hug, too, during the championship win. Because Bret Hart was also double booked in a way as well. So, okay. And this WrestleMania frustrated me for one reason only. Everything was good. Triple H defeated Sting. No! No! Sting should have beat Triple H. Everyone said this. Even Anti-Smart said this. This was a terrible move. Great match, terrible move. Sting should have beat Triple H. That's it. Everything else was good. Everything else was great and it worked within the story. Just, what? This destroyed the flow of WrestleMania for me. When I saw this, I didn't care about the rest of WrestleMania. Because I'm like, you brought Sting, built him up just to be defeated at the grandest stage of them all. Why? WrestleMania 32. Alright. This is when John Cena was kind of like, doing movies and everything, so they had to find a new star. Roman Reigns, who they pushed behind the scenes. At first, everyone's like, oh my goodness. Again, it's not the wrestler, it's the booking. We like Roman Reigns, we just didn't like how he was booked. That's it. So, I'm going to squash that right now. Kalisto defeated Ryback. Honestly, that was a good match for Ryback. Team Total Divas defeated Team Bad. This was a pretty good match. The Usos defeated Dudley Boys. Awesome match. I wish it was a little bit longer. Zack Ryder defeated Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, and Stardust for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Good match. Chris Jericho defeated AJ Styles. I did not like this. I feel like AJ Styles should have beat Chris Jericho. I get it, but nah. AJ Styles should have beat Chris Jericho. The League of Nations defeated the New Day. I love this rivalry. It was awesome. So, and in a way, I hope that the League of Nations can just come back one last time. Brock Lesnar defeated Dean Ambrose. This was the most disappointing Brock Lesnar match ever because they advertised it where Dean Ambrose was going to use all these weapons and it just fell flat. But all in all, Brock Lesnar dominated, but it was an underwhelming match. Charlotte Flair defeated Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks by submission. This was a good match, but I feel like Sasha Banks should have won this. In my humble opinion, Sasha Banks should have won this, not Charlotte. Undertaker defeated Shane McMahon. I feel like Shane should have won. But here's the problem. It was at WrestleMania. If Shane defeated Undertaker, then it would have destroyed his streak. So, chicken jockey. Spicy chicken jockey. So it's like, okay. I didn't like the fact that Undertaker won this match. I feel like Shane should have beat him, but whatever. Baron Corbin won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. This was pretty interesting, shocking. The Rock defeated Eric Rowan in 6 seconds. This match sucked. And Roman Reigns defeated Triple H when people wanted Triple H to win. And people booed this match. This WrestleMania was... it was alright. But it had large attendance numbers, but they built it up, but it kind of just fell flat. I honestly forgot about it. WrestleMania 33! Woo! WrestleMania 33, baby! Alright, let's do this. Neville defeated Austin Aries. Good call, good match. Mojo Rawley won the Andre Giant Battle Royale. Dean Ambrose defeated Baron Corbin. This was a pretty good match. AJ Styles defeated Shane McMahon. Really good match. Kevin Owens defeated Chris Jericho. Loved this match. Bayley defeated Charlotte Flair. Nia Jax, Sasha Banks. Thank goodness it was not Charlotte Flair. I love Charlotte Flair, but it's just the way they book her just doesn't make any sense. The Hardy Boys defeated Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Enzo Amore Big Cass. This was an amazing match. John Cena and Nikki Bella defeated The Miz and Maurice. You know what? Understandable. I was kind of mixed on this match, but I feel like The Miz should have won. In my opinion, I feel like The Miz should have won. Seth Rollins defeated Triple H. This was a good match. And Triple H really put Seth Rollins to his limit. It was a brutal match, man. Randy Orton defeated Bray Wyatt. Brock Lesnar defeated Goldberg in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. He buried this man. He buried this man. And honestly, when you think about it, when these two fought before, and the fact that Goldberg not only beat him at the Saudi Arabia event, Crown Jewel, and not only beat him at the other WrestleMania years ago, so this kind of makes sense looking back that Brock Lesnar did beat Goldberg. Yeah, so understandable. I still wish the match was longer, but Naomi defeated Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Mickie James, and Natalya by submission. Okay, and Roman Reigns defeated The Undertaker. People were not happy with this match. Now, of course, now people are saying, well, he lost at WrestleMania. This is not a streak match, so therefore it was fine. But Undertaker losing did not make a lot of people happy. So, great WrestleMania, but that ending threw people off. People did not like that ending. But it wasn't the worst WrestleMania. It was just an odd ending. Then we have WrestleMania 34. Now, if I remember correctly, this was pretty good. So let me check. Brock Lesnar defeated Roman Reigns. People were happy about that. Naomi, Matt Hardy defeated, let's see. So Matt Hardy won the Andre Giant Battle Royale. A pretty odd choice, but okay. Cedric Alexander defeated Mustafa Ali. Oh, yeah, because the Cruiserweight Championship, that was a good match. Naomi won by last eliminating Bayley, so won the... Naomi's winning well on her. Good on her, honestly. Seth Rollins defeated The Miz and Finn Balor. Good match. Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka. Hated this match. Loved the match. Hated the ending. And, of course, it caused Asuka to be injured. Hated this match. Hated this match. Hated this match. Asuka should have won, but whatever. Jinder Mahal defeated Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Rusev. I feel like Bobby Roode should have won, in my opinion, because Bobby Roode was so over. Glorious! The Bludgeon Brothers defeat the Usos, the New Day. Honestly, this makes sense. The Undertaker defeated John Cena in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. He squashed this man. This was the shortest end the streak match ever. People were not happy with this match. They were not. And they talked about it on Twitter. Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon defeated Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Good match. Nia Jax defeated Alexa Bliss. A lot of people would have preferred Alexa Bliss to win, but people started to have this craze for Nia Jax, so whatever. AJ Styles beat Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a good match. A lot of people were kind of iffy on who won, but honestly, AJ Styles needed that win since he lost his first WrestleMania. Everyone keeps forgetting that. But of course, then that means Shinsuke Nakamura lost his first WrestleMania too, so ugh. Braun Strowman and Nicholas defeated Cesaro and Sheamus. This was a cutesy match. And Brock Lesnar defeated Roman Reigns. Yeah, they knew that people were not happy with that last match, so they had to fix it by having Roman lose. So, WrestleMania 35. Let's talk about this one, okay? Because a lot of people were kind of iffy on this one. Tony Nese defeated Buddy Murphy. This is fine. Carmella, won the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. Awesome, because she was so over. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder defeated the Revival. Sure. Braun Strowman won by last eliminating Colin Jost. Honestly, that's awesome. Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar. He beat him in 2 minutes per second. Like, he said, nah, I gotta end this fast. So this was fine. And we were all happy for him. AJ Styles defeated Randy Orton. Good match. Usos defeated Aleister Black and Ricochet, Rusev, and Shinsuke. Now, for what I've learned, this was a good match. Shane McMahon defeated The Miz. I feel like The Miz should have won, in my opinion, but I love Shane McMahon too, so I would have been fine either or. The Iconics. This was an excellent choice. The Iconics defeated the Boston Hug Connection, Nia Jax, and Beth Phoenix Natalya. This was a good choice. I love the Iconics. I think they're still wrestling, though. I can't. Yeah, I think they're still wrestling. Yeah, they're still wrestling. Cool. Kofi Kingston defeated Daniel Bryan. Good match. And Daniel Bryan really pushed Kofi Kingston. And Kofi proved why he deserves to be champion. Loved this match. Samoa Joe defeated Rey Mysterio. Like, he literally just demolished him. And it makes sense, because I wish the match was a little bit longer, but it's okay. Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre. This was cool. Loved the match. Triple H defeated Batista. I did not like this. I love the match, but I feel like Batista should have got that W. I feel like Batista should have won. I know Batista's like, oh no, what Triple H? No, Batista should have won that match. He should have showed why he is the beast. You know, like why he is the animal. But the fact that he lost just kind of ruined it for me. So I did not like this at all. I didn't like how he would get dominated. It was just Baron Corbin defeated Kurt Angle. I didn't like this either. Kurt Angle should have won his last match. In my opinion, Kurt Angle should have won. The fact that Kurt Angle was like, oh no, you should have won. Demon Finn Balor defeated Bobby Lashley. This match was so stupid! Stupid! Hated this match. Demon Finn Balor just defeats, Bobby Lashley in 4 minutes. I hated this match so much. And Becky Lynch defeated Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair. This finish was stupid. Ronda Rousey or Charlotte Flair should have won. Becky Lynch winning in one of the worst finishes I ever seen. Terrible. Awful. Didn't like it. So yeah, this WrestleMania was kind of controversial. But other than that, the storylines were at least pretty good. I can't believe I said Charlotte Flair should have won. So that tells you how bad that ending was. Terrible. Then we have WrestleMania 36. Oh boy, here we go. This is when they introduced the 2 nights. Oh god. Was this during... Yup, this was during COVID. Alright, let's go ahead and get this down the road, because I have a lot to say about this one. Cesaro defeated Drew Gulak. This was good. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeated the Kabuki Warriors. I feel like the Kabuki Warriors should have won and retained. Elias defeated King Corbin. This was fine. Becky Lynch defeated Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler should have won. Should have dominated. That match should have ended in like 3 minutes. But whatever. Sami Zayn defeated Daniel Bryan. Good match. Good match. John Morrison defeated Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston. This was a darn good match. I remember watching it. Kevin Owens defeated Seth Rollins. Was this when Seth Rollins was a heel? I can't remember, but it was a good match, but I don't know. It's fine. Braun Strowman defeated Goldberg. I don't know what to say about that match. And Undertaker defeated AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. This was a good match, but I feel like this match should have ended in a tie, or AJ Styles should have retained. In my opinion. Seeing Undertaker beat up AJ Styles like that, it was a good match, but it was like, what? I feel like AJ Styles should have won that. AJ Styles should have had that big W. People wanted Undertaker and AJ Styles, but not like this. Not like this. But hey, we finally got the dream match. A Boneyard match. Thanks a lot, WWE. So night 1 was kind of... it was a 7 out of 10 at best. Night 2, however, was different. Drew McIntyre defeated Big Show, which was cool. And he also defeated Brock Lesnar. So he had to defend his title twice. The Fiend Bray Wyatt defeated John Cena. Good match. Bayley defeated Sasha Banks. Lacey Evans, Naomi, and Tamina. Good match. I still would have loved it. Tamina would have won, but at the same time, it's understandable because Bayley needed that. The Street Profits defeated Angel Garza and Austin Theory for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. Edge defeated Randy Orton in the Last Man Standing match. This was a damn good match. And usually you will not hear me say that word, but I had to say it. Awesome match. Aleister Black defeated Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley should have dominated. Otis defeated Dolph Ziggler. Understandable. Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea Ripley. Sure, whatever. I remember when I first was upset with this match, but I was like, you know what? It's understandable. And Liv Morgan defeated Natalya. I feel like Natalya should have got that W. I love Liv Morgan, but I feel like Natalya should have got that win. When was the last time Natalya got a big W? Come on, Natalya needs a win. I'm just saying, Natalya needs a win. WrestleMania 37. Like for the wrestling roleplay, I wanted Natalya to be the general manager of Raw, but let's have Princess Candice. Like what? All right, whatever. I feel sorry for Natalya. I feel so bad for that. I literally said Natalya needs to retire. Natalya needs a big W. Like someone just throw a belt on her. Someone please just let her just have like this big title reign. Because this is ridiculous. I'm tired of her just being this face and constantly just, oh, here you go. Here's a W. Here's a W. No. So annoying. Bobby Lashley defeated Drew McIntyre by technical submission. Finally, Bobby Lashley gets a big win and becomes WWE champion. And when is Bobby Lashley going to finally face Cena? Oh, wait, that's not going to happen because he moved to AEW. Nice. Natalya and Tamina. Oh, she got a win in a tag match. Okay, Cesaro defeated Seth Rollins. This was a good match. AJ Styles and Omos defeated the New Day. I love their dynamic. Braun Strowman defeated Shane McMahon. This was a brutal match. I liked it. Bad Bunny, Damien Priest. Love this match. I love this match. Bad Bunny. I want to see Bad Bunny and Logan Paul fight one day. I want to see those two just beat each other up. I want to see that as a SummerSlam match one day. That would be money. Bianca Belair defeated Sasha Banks. I was not feeling this. I'm proud of Bianca Belair, but I feel like Sasha Banks should have won. In my opinion, I feel like Sasha should have won. And then they should have just dropped the belt to Bianca at SummerSlam. This was kind of a silly move here. So this was a good night. Night 2, Randy Orton defeated The Fiend. A lot of people were kind of like iffy on this match. I feel like The Fiend should have beat Randy Orton. Me personally. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler defeated Natalya and Tamina by technical submission. I feel like Natalya and Tamina should have won, but okay. And I love Shayna Baszler. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn. Good match. Sheamus defeated Matt Riddle. Another good match. Apollo Crews defeated Big E. This was a really good match. But I feel like Big E should have won. Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka. I get it because I believe I was part of the Kabuki Warriors summon. Good match, but this will be the second time Asuka lost 2 championship matches. But Rhea Ripley needed that win, so it's understandable. And Roman Reigns defeated Edge and Daniel Bryan. Loved the match, hated the ending. Oh, well, Edge tried to use politics to win. Nah, I feel like Edge should have had his final win. It should have been Edge and Roman Reigns. Spear versus spear. Roman Reigns beats Edge at SummerSlam. Bam. That's what it should have been. This match ruined WrestleMania that night for me. I remember actually, ordering this event on the Peacock, enjoying the show, but there was like a few matches that's kind of like, eh. But that ending was just, bleh. Didn't like it at all. Roman Reigns winning was just, eh. No. So, here we go. WrestleMania 38. You're tired yet? Getting tired of me talking? Well, here we go. The Usos defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boggs. Good match. Drew McIntyre defeated Happy Corbin. Good match. The Miz and Logan Paul defeated Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio. And I feel like Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio should have had their moment, but whatever. Bianca Belair defeated Becky Lynch. This was fine. Cody Rhodes defeated Seth freaking Rollins. Good match. Charlotte Flair defeated Ronda Rousey. I don't understand. I feel like Ronda should have won one last time. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Kevin Owens. This was a good match. I know it was kind of slow, but I like this match. Besides the Charlotte Flair match and the Bianca Belair match and the Miz and Logan Paul match, A minus. I have some issues with who won, but it's okay. RK Bro defeated, certain tag teams. So good. Bobby Lashley defeated Omos. Good match. Johnny Knoxville defeated Sami Zayn. Good match. Pretty insane. Sasha Banks and Naomi, finally. They had their moment. So good. Edge defeated AJ Styles. This is fine. Sheamus and Ridge Holland defeated New Day. Pat McAfee defeated Austin Theory. Good match, but he couldn't beat, Adam Cole, which I still call BS on that. Mr. McMahon defeated Pat McAfee. This match was pointless. I did not like it, and I hated every moment of it. And Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar. With Roman Reigns and how big he was, I'll let this slide. I wanted Brock to win, but Roman, it was the right choice. It was the right choice. And we got WrestleMania 39. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, the ending was good, but I did not like who won. I thought it just didn't make any sense. So here we go. Austin Theory defeated John Cena. This match was pointless. The Street Profits defeated Braun Strowman and Ricochet. For, what was it? It was a 4-way tag match. Seth freaking Rollins defeated Logan Paul. Good call. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch defeated Damage Control. Yeah, based on the story, it makes sense. Rey Mysterio defeated Dominic Mysterio. Good match. Rhea Ripley defeated Charlotte Flair. Thank goodness. Pat McAfee defeated The Miz. This was fine. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated the Usos. Because the Usos, I believe, were heels at the time. So this is good. Good. Good stuff. But that Austin Theory match was pointless. John Cena should have just won. Brock Lesnar, because it didn't do anything for Austin Theory. What are they doing with him? Exactly. Brock Lesnar defeated Omos. Good match. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. Thank you. They got their moment. Gunther defeated Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I was torn, but I loved this match more than I loved the main event. I loved the main event because Cody Rhodes was putting in that work. But man, that ending it overwhelmed me. Snoop Dogg defeated The Miz. Honestly, that's just funny. But yeah, Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre, one of the best matches of the night. I look back, I really wanted Drew McIntyre to win, but honestly, good match. I will watch that again just because of how amazing it was. Edge defeated the Demon Finn Balor. Good match. Bianca Belair defeated Asuka. This will be her third WrestleMania championship loss. This is ridiculous. Give Asuka a WrestleMania win. Goodness, this is the third time. This makes no sense. And Roman Reigns rolls eyes hard, defeats Cody Rhodes. And I really hate the fact that I actually was invested in that main event. I had a feeling he was going to lose. Good WrestleMania, but that ending was just, okay, whatever. And a lot of people, thank goodness, were not happy with it. Then we got WrestleMania 40, one of my favorite WrestleManias, and I'm going to tell you why. Here we go. Rhea Ripley defeated Becky Lynch. Good match. A-Town retreated to SmackDown Tag Champions. I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish it was someone else, but, it was a good match. Rey Mysterio and Andrade defeated Santos Escobar. Good match. Jey Uso defeated Jimmy Uso. Love this match. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi defeated Damage Control. Good match. Sami Zayn defeated Gunther. Love this match. The Bloodline defeated Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins. Honestly, this was a good match. And it left people like, oh God, is Cody going to lose? I love the anticipation. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth freaking Rollins. Good match. Even Seth freaking Rollins said, "You freaking deserve it." Loved it. Damian Priest defeated Drew McIntyre. Good match. Actually, it was a cash-in, so it made sense. The Pride defeated the Found Testament. Love this match. LA Knight defeated AJ Styles. Good match. Logan Paul defeated Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Honestly, I wish Kevin Owens won, or Randy Orton, but it's all good. It was still a good match, regardless. Bayley defeated Io Sky. Beautiful match. And Cody Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns. This is honestly one of my top 5 WrestleManias of all time. I love this WrestleMania. It just flowed so perfectly. Even if you didn't agree with like the winners and stuff, it was good. It was good. And then we have WrestleMania 41. You see what I mean? How WrestleMania does so good and they just kind of teeter from being good to good to good to good to They can't help themselves. So you can type below in the comments of when I started getting frustrated. But anyway, here we go. Here we go. Let's just do this. Jey Uso defeated Gunther. Best match of the night. The New Day defeated the War Raiders. Love this. Jade Cargill defeated Naomi. Honestly, I wish Naomi beat Jade Cargill so it could build up to SummerSlam, but I get it. Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight. Honestly, LA Knight has been holding on to the United States title for a while, so it made sense. El Grande Americano defeated Rey Fenix. Why? He just debuted. What the fuck? Tiffany Stratton defeated Charlotte Flair. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Had tears in my eyes of joy when I saw this. Seth Rollins defeated CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Good match. The ending just wasn't needed. It could have just been a wholesome ending where all three of them could have just been hugging it out and that's it. It should have just been like that, but oh no, we're going to add on to the story. But Seth Rollins is not a heel. He's a face. But anyway, other than that, night 1, amazing. Loved it. A-. It would have been A+ if it wasn't for this nonsense and this nonsense with the ending. Now we go to night 2, one of the most boring, uneventful WrestleManias nights ever in my 30+ years of being invested in well, technically, hang on. 20+ years. There we go. 20+ years. Because I wasn't around, during the 80s. Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. Good match. I wish Rhea won, though. Drew McIntyre defeated Damian Priest. Good match. I wish Damian Priest won. Don Mysterio defeated Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Penta. I like this match. I heard it was good. I wish Penta won his first WrestleMania match. Randy Orton defeated Joe Hendry. Why? Why? Why Joe Hendry? If you're just going to have Joe Hendry just to lose, what was the point? Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles. Again, AJ Styles keeps losing his WrestleMania matches. I'm tired of this. Stop it. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Why? Why? What was the point? This is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are new talent. Why do this to them? And last but not least, congrats, John Cena. Happy birthday, John Cena. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Cena. Happy birthday to you. In one of the worst WrestleMania matches of my life. He wins and beats Cody Rhodes, one of the worst WrestleMania matches I've ever seen in my life. It's okay to have a or bad WrestleMania match, during the middle of WrestleMania, but at the main event, unacceptable. Unacceptable. This match consisted of Cena doing his moves of doom, Cody Rhodes trying to put in the work, Cena no selling, of course, and it just brings me back to all the times that Bruce Blitz and Tyrone Magnus and everyone just kept ranting on Cena. This match, I don't know if it was done on purpose, and then Travis Scott comes for some reason, but not The Rock. Travis Scott and John Cena does the Ric Flair low blow. He does his 5 moves of doom, hits the AA, and he wins. And the crowd boos in unison and cheers and then boos. They boo Cody Rhodes. They boo Cena. The crowd didn't know what to cheer or boo for. Congrats, Cena, and then back to booing. Hey, Cena, we love you. Boo. I think Cyrus XM busted open. David, I think from Cyrus XM busted open from David La Gracette 1 rant to end all rants. I'm going to say this. No, I'm not mad that Cody Rhodes lost. No, I'm not mad that John Cena won. We are upset because we deserved a better main event. This was garbage.
When it comes to being fans, I get it. I'm a wrestling fan. But I cannot believe the same people that bitched and moaned about this guy 15 years ago, about this guy 10 years ago. He buries everybody, never puts anybody over. Now you're surprised by what we saw last night? Oh, it's gonna be okay come WrestleMania. We're gonna get The Rock. We got no Rock. Haven't seen The Rock since Elimination Chamber. But we got a lot of Travis Scott. And you want to make Cody Rhodes look weak? Textbook making somebody weak last night at WrestleMania on the biggest stage that there is. On the biggest stage, you just threw everything that you did for Cody last year, and you threw it right out the fucking window. For what? A guy that's gonna be gone at the end of the year. But I love John Cena. Fuck you! Because all I heard was you bitch and moan about this motherfucker, and now I gotta hear it on fucking Twitter, on Instagram, and people bitching and moaning, leaving a Legion Cena. This is what you fucking wanted this. Where's the fucking camera? This is what you fucking wanted. This is what you fucking wanted. So don't bitch now. Fuck you. Enjoy the PG era part 2. Assholes.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This was the worst WrestleMania main event. I know I may have had my, oh wow, I don't think this person should have won, but there is no reason why night 2 should have been this boring, underwhelming, and had some of the flattest finishes I've ever seen. People are saying night 1 was terrible. What was terrible about night 1? Yeah, the Ray Phoenix should have lost. I agree. But what was terrible about night 1? Can someone explain to me what was awful about night 1? I want Charlotte Flair to win. What? Why? She's all. Why? What? Why? She's obviously going to win. She's going, listen, she's going to fulfill the legacy of her father. Don't you worry. She's protected. She's protected. Don't worry. Rhea ain't protected. Charlotte is. And that's the problem with this company. Have you noticed a pattern with WrestleMania? How they always kept, sticking to one particular wrestler over and over again because they're scared to build new stars. Now we have stars that are able to build on their own, and WWE doesn't know what to do with them. So this is why WrestleMania turned out the way it did. This is why. And it was terrible. Night 2 was boring. Now, hang on a second. I'm going to make an ultimatum because I do not want to say this. I'm going to watch the Raw after Mania somehow, some way. And the Raw after Mania explains everything, and it's amazing, and it's better than night 2, I would change my score of night 2 from C- to a B-. And that's just me being nice, because I love wrestling, I love WrestleMania, and I love MMA, and I freaking love checking out the statistics of sports in general. But I'm not going to forgive this main event. It was not good. It was slow. Cody had a difficult time working with Cena. Cena no-sold multiple times. It was bad. It was not good. Cody tried his best and he couldn't do it. And he purposely made Cody look dumb out there. And the crowd started booing this man and booing Cena, and they just kept booing. There was reports that people were walking out. And now you got fans talking about, oh, you're just a Cody soy boy. What? That doesn't even make any sense. You're calling someone a Cody soy boy because they just wanted a better main event? What kind of, I have to calm myself down. What kind of sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. And trust me, like I said, it is very rare for me to be upset on stream. But you gotta admit, don't you think Cena and Cody deserve just a little better? Don't you think? Just a little better. The main event of WrestleMania 41, night one, was was 32 minutes long, and it was a good match. It was a good match. This John Cena, Cody Rhodes feud, people are already pretty much saying that the heel turn, and I know what Cena's going to do. He's going to spin it. He's going to say, see, I hear you all talk about how terrible the match is, and you prove my point, and I don't care because my birthday's coming up, and I'm champion. And he thinks he's so clever just saying that stuff. No, he needs to make a public apology someday this year about that awful WrestleMania. He made a mockery out of WrestleMania main events. He did. He really did. And Cody, I don't know what was going on with you, man, but I'm going to have to get on you too. You knew that Cena was going to do this. He beat you before. So, yeah, you should have got your W. But at the same time, it's like, what now for this story? You finished your story, and now, what? We're going to have a part two of your story being finished? No. No. No, no, no. If this is the route they're going to go because they love Vince and Kenny McMahon so much, then just keep the belt on him. And do not give us Roman Reigns versus John Cena. No. If you're going to do this, give us Randy Orton versus Cena. Just do it. If you're going to do this, give us Randy Orton versus Cena in a no DQ match. Heel Cena versus face Randy Orton. And have Cena lose to Randy Orton. There you go. And let it happen at WrestleMania 42. Not at SummerSlam, not at Survivor Series, WrestleMania 42. So keep the belt on Cena and have him lose it to Randy Orton. It makes sense. Have him lose it to Randy Orton, have him lose it to The Miz. Either one of those two. Don't have him lose it back to Cody Rhodes. He needs to lose it to Randy Orton or he needs to lose it to The Miz. If anyone, I feel, who deserves a big WrestleMania main event, a big moment, someone who is over with the crowd as a heel and a face, someone who's entertaining, and someone who knows the business inside and out because he chose to learn about it. Because there's a lot of wrestlers that don't understand the corporate side of the business, and you can tell based on the interviews. It's The Miz. So, Miz, Randy Orton, choose one of those two and have them beat John Cena. Don't let it be no indie star just so Cena can bury them. No.
Never in my years have I ever seen a WrestleMania ending so fast. It's unheard of. A bad WrestleMania ending? And they're gonna flip and say, "Oh well, SummerSlam, shut up, just shut up."
All right, I'm back. I had to cool off. Oh god. All right, so since these endings are just so blatantly just dumb, let's just be real. None of these were ingenious. These were pretty bad. Let's just go over how I would have booked the ending for Night 2, okay? And I think I have a voice recording of this, but I'm actually doing something right now, so let me just do this real quick. Rhea Ripley will win, and it will continue the feud between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley towards SummerSlam. They'll have their promos, have their little backstage brawls, they'll have their little matches with other certain wrestlers or rivals, just to test to prove who can be champion, and then afterwards, drop it to Io Sky at SummerSlam. Would have made more sense. Damian Priest should have beat Drew McIntyre. The two should have continued to feud till SummerSlam. Dominic Mysterio, this is fine, but Penta should have won, and then Penta should have got attacked by Dominic Mysterio somehow. It would have caused controversy. It would have really made people hate Dominic Mysterio. Randy Orton defeated Joe Hendry. I would have picked someone else like maybe EC3 or something from MLW, NWA. Having Randy Orton just bury Joe Hendry like that, not cool, man. There's no reason for it. Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles. I would have had AJ Styles win because AJ Styles constantly keeps losing WrestleMania matches. It's just not a good look for him. So Logan Paul should have lost, in my opinion. Liv Morgan or Raquel Rodriguez should have retained. There is no excuse or reason. Becky Lynch coming back to WrestleMania. They should have just picked someone else. I don't know. Pick Jacqueline. Pick somebody from NWA, MLW. Pick someone from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Pick somebody else. Somebody that would be like, holy crap. But Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez losing is tragic. John Cena or Cody Rhodes winning is, would have been fine with me as long as it results in John Cena still being a 17-time world champion by the end of the year. That match should have lasted for at least 30 to 40 minutes. At least there should have been some overtime. There should have been some good spots. There should have been some interferences between Travis Scott and The Rock. Some near falls. There should have been where John Cena did the AA multiple times. Cody Rhodes did the crossroads multiple times. They're all trying to figure like, holy crap, just stay down already. Just stay down already. Like they just brawl each other. There's slams and all that stuff. And the crowd should have been cheering for Cody, booing Cena. And of course, cheering for Cena some moments and then booing Cena because he's a heel. And then it could have been a controversial finish where Cody Rhodes is about to hit the crossroads. He does it 3 times. Cena kicks up, does 3, AAs. And then Cody does another crossroads one more time. Cena reverses to another AA. Cody is exhausted. Cena's exhausted. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Or Cody Rhodes just hits the 4th crossroads, reverses the AA. He wins. And then, of course, he drops the belt to Cena at SummerSlam. How hard was that? How hard was that, honestly? Like, really? Really? How hard is that? And then, of course, whoever won the championship, that's when main event Jey Uso comes and comes face to face with the champ. They do the yeets. There's the yeet, yeet, yeet. The winner holds the belt, and the winner holds the belt again. They're talking trash. Potential rivalry. Wow. I don't even work for this company, and there you go. So easy. So easy. All to build up SummerSlam. See how easy that was? It was. I didn't even have to try. I literally just thought about that on the top of my head. I didn't even have to use any critical thinking. I just used common sense, which this company has been lacking for a while. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to tell y'all my top 10 WrestleManias. So my top WrestleManias, in my humble opinion, would have to be WrestleMania. We're about to go with WrestleMania 7. Sorry, WrestleMania. What was it? My bad. WrestleMania 17. WrestleMania. Okay, which one is this? Which one was this? WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 23 was good. WrestleMania 21 was good. The one with Chris Benoit was good. I love WrestleMania 34. WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was good. WrestleMania 12. WrestleMania. Okay, so yeah. And of course, can't forget about WrestleMania 3, the one with Macho Man Randy Savage. WrestleMania 5. Is that the one where Macho Man fought Hulk Hogan? Yeah. So I lost track. So we got 5. We got 5. So that's 1. 2. 3. 4. Let's see. 5. 6. 7. 8. Of course, 9 and 10. And those are my all-time favorite WrestleManias. The rest were good, but eh. So I would say I didn't really start to like get frustrated with WrestleMania until I'm gonna tell you the one WrestleMania that I really started to get really frustrated with would have to be, in my humble opinion, I'm gonna say it was during the Roman Reigns era. So I would say it was right here. I think this is when I started to get frustrated with WrestleMania. So I think WrestleMania 31 was the one where I really just started to get frustrated with. And I was just kind of like patient and lenient with the others, especially in the PG era. But I think this is the one that just kind of like just made me say, all right, WrestleMania is starting to become silly for me. But I don't ever want to see a finish like that for WrestleMania ever again. They built this match up just to have some of the worst endings ever. Not just in general, ever. Just ever. This ending was horrible. And man, I really hope that they explain themselves. Because they do, and they do it properly. Then I'll be more forgiving. Just terrible, man. They really thought that was cute. Like, oh, this would be funny. The fans are gonna love it. This doesn't sound like Triple H writing this. This honestly feels like the last wish of Vince McMahon. Both finishes ended in low blows. That's unheard of. That's lazy. Low blows, really? Low blows. Wow. Okay. You know what's funny? The name of my Paul Who's event for it started at 3, and I'm about to end it, is literally called Art Invent. Well, I do need to look for an art piece, so give me a moment. And I want to shout somebody out. It goes by the name of Dorky Boyle, who's in need of some commissions. It's just, oh my goodness, man. All right, anyway. Let me find let me find them actually. Oh my goodness, man. Just, oh. I tried my best to not be frustrated. I told myself, I said, don't do it. Do not be angry. Don't do it. Don't get angry. And it happened. It happened. I ended up being angry. I already knew it was gonna happen because when I thought about all the old WrestleManias and then I saw that ending, I was like, our standards have been lowered. And it's not a good thing. It's not like, like the fact that our standards have been lowered to such an extent is just bad. This is good. This is good, man. This is good. What was good about it? Oh my goodness, man. Ugh. But anyway, here's an art piece from Dorky Boyo. You can check them out at Dorky Boyo, no spaces. So I'm just going to leave that there. And I'm getting toe beaned in a wholesome manner by my friend that I've known for over 2 years now. It's insane how time just passes by. But I had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry, but it's just, I know some of y'all saying it was the greatest WrestleMania, but you're delusional if you think that. Go back and watch the old WrestleManias. And then, of course, we got WrestleMania 42. I just want to see John Cena go at it one more time, with Randy Orton. No, this is John Cena's last WrestleMania. No. I think Cena owes us one more WrestleMania because that was garbage. No. I don't think so. I feel like he should come back one last time and give us an actual match. That was some bull. Last WrestleMania. Oh yeah, because Shawn Michaels retired and he came back to help his good old friend Triple H in Saudi Arabia. All right, sure, whatever. Don't ever fall for that. Ric Flair retires. He's done. And when you see him wrestling other promotions, sure. So there you go. There's an art piece. I didn't draw it. And I'm going to contact some artists after the stream. And I vent it, and I'm looking at some AI art, which it's intriguing, but it's quite the spectacle. That's all I'm going to say. It is quite the spectacle. But as long as people aren't taking it too seriously, then it's fine. But I just don't want people to have AI art actually replace, artists that, take the time to craft what they're going to draw. Because a lot of this stuff with AI, it's strange because, I look at it and I'm like, someone could just draw this. So. But whatever. But anyway, happy birthday, Cena. I do apologize that you ended up being one of the worst WrestleMania main events ever. It's honestly not your fault. It's not Cody's fault. It's the writer's fault. It's corporate's fault. And to be fair, there were some parts in the match that I did like. I'm going to be fair. There was some good exchange of blows. There were some good signatures here and there. But that was it. That's as many and the entrances were great, except for yours, Cena. Yours was just lazy. You didn't even try. I don't know if that was intentional or what. You didn't even try. This is your last WrestleMania, and that's your entrance? Really? What kind of storyline is this? You towards the end, you're booed and cheered. I don't get the logic. Like, explain this to me, please. I don't get it.
It's stupid.
Ugh. Jay Uso saved WrestleMania 41 for me. If it wasn't for Jay Uso and Gunther, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, I would have shut off WrestleMania. If Jay Uso lost, I would have just said, "Yeah, I don't care what happens." Mr. Yeet helped me to get through WrestleMania. Other than that, would just freaking said, "Nope, nope." Whew, boy. Oh, terrible. Awful. All right, so that Paul Who's event is done. It was only going to be for an hour anyway. So, 41 WrestleManias, and the saddest thing is, the current ones during the PG era weren't even my favorite except for one. And it's the one that a lot of people say, "Oh, Derek Bryan shouldn't have done this because it sets a bad precedent." What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Roman Reigns won like multiple WrestleManias. What are you talking about? That's why, as much as I love those YouTubers, I kind of like stop listening to them. So I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not even making any sense anymore. I love John Cena, okay? Good on you. Now what? When you listen to wrestling fans, this is just a little minor rant on wrestling fans. When you listen to wrestling fans on YouTube, be very careful. Kind of avoid wrestling fans that just keep talking about how wrestlers are terrible and whatnot. If they can't give no actual explanations as to why they're bad, it's just venting, ranting, and take it with a grain of salt because those wrestlers can improve and change just like that. We've seen that. I'm proud of these wrestlers at WrestleMania 41. It's not their fault. That's what irritates me. It's not their fault. I'm not saying the show was terrible because of them. It was bad because of the booking. The storytelling was all over the place. Night one was great, except for two blunders. Well, one confusing like a little bit tidbit of the story, and everyone said, "I saw this couple with Seth Rollins." You did? Well, I didn't because the storytelling was not the best. When it came to CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, I was so intrigued but confused. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. One person typed this in the comments, and it was like 16 people that liked the comment. What are they even feuding for? It was never explained. Jacob Fatu and LA Knight. Why are they feuding? I don't know. Yeah. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. What are they feuding for? Egos? I don't know. You tell me. So hopefully the Raw after Mania and the SmackDown after Mania clears all this up. But let's just be real. People only care about the Raw after Mania. And if it does, I will I will re-review night 2 and say, you know what? After what I saw, it makes sense now. But I had to get this out of my system because when I, go into my meeting and whatnot, I don't want to be frustrated because I know I'm going to deal with people talking about that main event was awesome, and I'm probably going to be like getting too old for this. Life, unfortunately, is going to put you in a position where you feel like you don't know what you're talking about anymore. So people are going to always make you seem like you're dumb. But when you stand your ground on what you believe in, everything will be fine. Everything will be just fine. You just got to deal with certain people that are just going to challenge you. And that's okay. And I don't mean like challenge you in a way where it's like they challenge your intelligence, where it makes you smarter. No, I'm talking about challenge you in a way where they make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. At the end of the day, it's WWE. They already made their millions upon probably tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. Cena got a big check. Cody got a big check. So who really is the losers in this? Well, not me because I didn't pay for it. But the ones who paid for it and was expecting more. They're the losers. The ones that are, just talking about they want refunds, yeah. Me stating the obvious that this was one of the worst endings to a WrestleMania, not just ending but matches, hopefully this sends a big message to WWE that you are not the big, conglomerate company anymore. That we have options. We now have AEW. We have Impact Wrestling, which is doing a lot better. We have MLW. We have JCW. We got we got CCW. We got all of these options now that people are starting to really pay attention to. We still got ROH. We still got New Japan Pro Wrestling. And you best believe that the competition is laughing at that ending. And you best believe that AEW is laughing too because they're looking at Cody Rhodes like, ha 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 ha. And of course the CM Punk, but that's just them. It is what it is. So Raw after Mania better blow me away. I better hear some really good promos. Because I don't know. And I don't want to see this. I don't want to see CM Punk versus John Cena. I don't want to see Seth Rollins versus John Cena. I don't want to see Roman Reigns versus John Cena. I don't want to see a rematch between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. John Cena needs to talk to Randy Orton and Miz. I will not accept anything else unless it makes sense within the story. No rematches. It needs to be between somebody who has been feuding with Cena for the longest. And those are the only two I can think of. Those are the only two that I can think of to have, you know, this chemistry. It makes sense. Anyone else, it's just not gonna work. Maybe it could, but the story writers are gonna have to do a better job. I can only imagine the amount of emails WWE has received from fans. There's already articles talking about how that ending was so terrible. People are happy for Cena. People are happy for Cena. I'm going to say this for the people who can't seem to hear properly. People are happy for Cena. They're just not happy with the ending. They're happy for Cena. They're proud of Cody. They just didn't like how the match went. Okay? Okay? Cody haters? Cody lovers? Cena haters? Cena lovers? Are you hearing me? Comprende? There's too many people talking about Cody's Soul Boys. Like, what are you... Whatever. Listen. Learn to listen more instead of assuming. Alright, so... The next thing I want to do was talk about... what is it? The Fatal Fury articles. So I think I will do that later on, but I really need to just go somewhere and rest and calm down before I deal with having to talk to my broski and his now engaged wife. Like, I promise, I'm just gonna let him talk. I'm just gonna keep my cool. I'm just gonna let him just talk, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, I approve. All right. I'm going to cut this short to like 10 minutes because I really don't feel like, just talking about certain things. I'm like, look, broski, can we just cut this to 10 minutes because I got to check on my dog. I don't really want to like be in a voice call for an hour. I just want to get this over with so I can just go on with my day because I honestly got to work. I need to eat. I got to work out. I got another stream I need to do. I'm just not feeling it. And it's not because of what happened with WrestleMania 41. It's not. It really isn't. It's other stuff IRL that I just have to, that I'm confronted with and dealing with. But alrighty, so rest in peace, Pope Francis. My condolences to their family. He was a great man. He did a lot of wonderful things for, the world. And despite his imperfections or controversies, he did a lot of wonderment for everyone, including myself. And I thank him for that. I really do. So. To anyone else, my condolences as well. And again, congrats to Cena. 17 wins. I can't wait to see Ric Flair's reaction to this. Of course, Ric Flair is going to be nice and defend it, saying, you know what? I love how he low blow Cody or whatnot. He's probably going to say something like that. But, and of course, if Ric Flair says the match was good, then we have no choice but to honor that. Say, you know what? You're right. It's good. Because the man is close to 80 years old. And if he says the match was flawless, it was amazing, it was better than his match. If he says that, it doesn't matter if it's just him saying to be nice. We have to honor that. We have to. So I feel like we should wait and see what Ric Flair says. And if Ric Flair says that match was amazing, and guess what? We have no choice but to say it otherwise. I'm going to disagree with him, but in respect, I'm going to say yeah. All right. Well, hopefully y'all have plans for Mother's Day. Honor y'all mothers. Can't believe Mother's Day is pretty much already close to being here. And stay tuned for part 2 of the stream. You all have a good one. Hopefully y'all had a wonderful Easter or 420, whatever holiday y'all celebrate. And with all further due respect, I really hope Raw after Mania delivers.